So I guess we can just make a general statement to anyone watching this video. Hello, this is Kaitlyn and Nicole with Face the Fear. Hopefully you've been following Face the Fear in the past, or at least visited our website, listened to a podcast, something like that. But Nicole and I just wanted to do something a little bit different, partly just to try out something new. I think we're always looking for new ways to like put out content and things like that, but also just with the current situation we're in with social distancing and people working from home, obviously, trying to record a podcast in the studio is not really as much of an option. So we wanted to just create a video where we chat about our lives and what's going on, and hopefully create a safe place where people can also share their thoughts and feelings and just not feel so isolated in a time of quarantining. Isolation. It sounds so like dark and so sad, and I mean it definitely is. Like, the situation we're in is heavy and serious, and I don't at all want to take that lightly, but at the same time it's like you have to find ways to like just be happy and joyful and fun. And obviously my hair, I should probably address this. Nicole and I were talking about it before I started recording, but obviously my hair is purple. I don't know if you noticed, but that's one way that I just decided, you know what, it's been a tough week mentally. I mean, I feel so blessed in so many ways, and I by no means am throwing myself a pity party, but it's been tough mentally, and I know it has been for a lot of other people. And I just figured something that brings me a lot of joy is just being creative and experimenting with, clothes, makeup, hair, whatever. So why not just go spend a few dollars on hair dye? Fortunately, right now, I don't really have like a consistent hairdresser who would be very disappointed by my decision. And I really have nowhere to go or people to see where having purple hair would be not in my best interest. So here we are.
Maybe this week I think I'm going to put together like the craziest outfit I can every single day. Like,
love that.
Something different. I don't know. So far, like, I have just been sitting around in like pajamas, and I went out and bought another pair of pants that I was like pajama pants. And I was like, you know what? Like, maybe I should actually like get dressed like I would throughout the week just to stay with like consistency, because now in Indiana they've shut down all the schools until May 1st. So I don't know what that means for daycare as far as daycare goes. So I don't know. We'll see.
I love that idea because it's so interesting how you think like, and I noticed this when I started working from home, gosh, like 8 months ago now, I started working from home, and it's great and has so many perks, and I love working in comfy clothes 99% of the time. But I also realized that it can start to put yourself in a negative place just with your own, I don't know, self-image or self-esteem, in the sense that like, yes, you feel comfortable in your PJs all the time, but like you don't have that joy that comes from wearing your favorite outfit and feeling more confident and putting yourself together. And I'm guessing that's probably more of an issue for women than it is for men. I don't know. But yes, please. I'm curious to know, because as a woman who works from home now, always, not just in COVID-19, but like that's my life now. It's super important. And so like even today, obviously we're not going anywhere, but I thought, maybe I'll just like pull out some makeup I haven't used in a while and just get creative, like follow a makeup tutorial just for the heck of it, because it's fun and really like does something to lift my spirits more than anything. So I think that's such a good idea. And who knows, you may put like pieces together that you never normally would, but then you're like, oh my gosh, this is actually really cute, and you would have never known before.
That and like I have like 2 bags of stuff that I was either going to donate or try to like go sell at like Clothes Mentor. And I was like, man, I should really just like maybe wear those things like one more time and wash them before I try to get rid of them because they're not taking anything right now. So I might as well, right?
Right. 100%.
Tell you what, our closets are getting clean. Like my house, I'm going through everything. I'm in like, get rid of that, get rid of that, get rid of that. So I have a feeling garage sales are going to be epic this year, but I cannot be the only one that thinks that. Like, I love going to garage sales so much. Not because I need anything. I just like looking at stuff.
Yeah.
I like looking at what people have. So I'm excited to see what people will have this year, but who knows if that even will happen.
I'm sure eventually people will do garage sailing. Who knows when? But I 100% agree with that because I think a lot of people right now are put in a position where they have to just take a pause and like look around at what's happening at home, like both with maybe cleaning and organization of like, man, I've been meaning to go through that junk drawer for like 5 years and like no better time than now. But like even also like from a family perspective with so many people having to put their lives on hold and like you like it or not, like you are with your kids full time, your spouse or your partner full time, and it's tough. I mean, it's like you have to face what's in front of you, and I think it's an opportunity for a lot of good things, both like personal stuff and just like strictly organizational stuff.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. You definitely get to know people when you're in close quarters like this consistently.
Yes. So what has what does the past week look like for you? When did you start working from home?
Technically on Wednesday because I took St. Patrick's Day off and we were going to go out with a bunch of friends like we do every year. And this year we just kind of did like Google Hangouts. Like we would call each other like throughout the day and like take a drink.
That's
like,
cool.
A shot or two together.
That's so clever. I love that.
And then Fitz pretty much, he just like stayed upstairs. I feel like he didn't really like want to hang out with us because I think it was so new. So he stayed upstairs. So Matt and I watched The Departed and Boondock Definitely not children's movies.
Yeah.
So yeah, we just took turns like hanging out and stuff. But starting on Wednesday is when I really started working from home. And the first day I was like, okay, like Fitz is not in kindergarten yet. He'll start kindergarten in the fall, but like he knows like he has to do schoolwork and stuff like that at daycare. It's like a pre-K type thing that they do. So I printed off all these worksheets and I was like, okay, like I am prepared, right? The first day I had him sit down and do like 6 worksheets. And he's like, this is not, I don't have to do this many worksheets when I'm at normal school. And I said, well, you're not at normal school, you're at mom's school.
Welcome to Nicole school.
Right. So I realized that I probably was putting too much pressure on him by having him do that much work in one day. And quite frankly, like trying to keep up with work and trying to get him to sit down for 20 minutes to do one worksheet. He's not there. Like
right.
He needs a break and he needs to like go outside and run around. And so Thursday we tried something different where we just went down to like 4 worksheets. And he had, basically whatever time like he wanted to do. Like if I'm on a call, like he can't talk to me. And Matt has a good setup upstairs where he can shut the door, like if he has calls and stuff because he's working from home also right now. So yeah, and this weekend I'm a little bit more prepared. Like we're gonna do like rock painting. I got sidewalk chalk, like bubbles. We've been setting up his soccer goal like out in the backyard to have him just run around outside. And my mom stopped by. She pulled up in our driveway like just to say hi on her way home from work. And we had like a screaming contest outside. And you know what? Our neighbors probably thought that was crazy, but I felt so much better after doing that. I felt so much better just like going outside and yelling. I don't know, I was very cathartic. Is that the right word?
So wait, were you yelling, like who were you yelling at?
We were just like screaming at the top of our lungs. Like who could scream the loudest at the top of their lungs.
Well, it wasn't like you were upset with anyone. You were you just needed to like get it out.
Just scream. We did it outside, and I walked inside, and Pat's like halfway down the stairs, and he's like, "Is everything okay?" And I'm like, "We just needed to yell. We just needed to yell."
Yeah.
So I thought about putting something in our neighborhood like Facebook group, like if you hear people yelling, don't call the cops. Like we just need to go outside and yell.
Honestly, you could start like a neighborhood, like everybody go outside and like stay in their respective driveways, you know, social distancing, but just like get it out. Like kind of how, I know Italy's done this. I'm sure other countries have too, but I've seen videos of people who like all live in apartments on the same street and everybody's outside just like singing together. Like not even singing the same song. They're just outside singing, which is like so beautiful and like I'm sure it just like releases such good energy to just like outside, get it out. Everybody's like in this together type of thing. So well, you could start like at noon every day. All of your neighbors go outside and just like yell for a solid minute at the top of their lungs, and then who knows, they could feel much better.
That'd be kind of funny, kind of interesting. I don't know. My friend posted this thing where some different neighborhoods are having like teddy bear scavenger hunts. Or if you want to participate, you put like a teddy bear like in your window, and people like kids go around the neighborhood like with their parents, try to find all of the different teddy bears that they're hiding like in the windows. So that was kind of cute. I don't know how many people in my area would participate in that, but
that is a great idea. And I think it's cool like how many people are getting outside, which I can't really gauge this very well because I have only lived in the place that we live in now for about almost 2 months now. So I haven't lived like here in the summer yet, but we live on a pretty main road. I mean, there's a lot of traffic, but there's also sidewalks on both sides of the street. And the last couple of weeks, the weather has been nice a couple days, but most days it's been like cold or still like rainy, cloudy. But everybody has been outside. Like everybody's outside. People are jogging. People are walking their dog. People have their kids. Like Carlos and I went for a run, I think Tuesday night. And it was like the entire neighborhood was outside, which I think it's just people who've been cooped up and don't have anywhere else to go, or like, let's just get some exercise, get some fresh air, whatever. But it was so nice to be like surrounded by people in like a safe way and still able to like jog past someone and just like smile and wave and like feel not so like cooped up inside type of thing.
Yeah.
So it's awesome seeing people are getting like so creative with how to stay connected.
Yes. We're gonna go for a walk later, I think. Fitz is super into Pokemon right now. Like that's gonna be his birthday party this summer is Pokemon, and he is big into Pokemon Go. I don't know if you remember that.
Is that still a thing?
Oh, I mean, to him it is. So he has it on our phone, and last week, I don't know what day it was, maybe Monday night, I took him to Jefferson Point, and we just walked around and looked for different Pokemon, and I've taken him to Purdue, Fort Wayne, to walk around campus, and that's actually where his birthday party is going to be because there's so many like Pokestops. Is that what they're called?
Yeah.
Like Pokestops where you can get different Pokemon and stuff like that. So I rented a pavilion out there for his birthday, but now we can't go on campus. Like you can't be on campus at all for anything. Right. So we're gonna walk around the neighborhood and see what kind of Pokemon we can get. So
that's awesome. I wonder if we'll see a resurgence in that app.
That's what I was wondering.
Just because people are like trying to find excuses to get outside and stuff. Because I remember when it first came out in, what was that, like summer of 2016, I want to say?
Either that or 2015, because I remember Matt playing it, and Fitz was like young enough still that he was in a stroller, and he was born at 14, so.
Yeah.
So, 15 or 16, but it was insane.
Nuts. People were like crazy. I mean, that was the summer that I interned at Ash, and I was living on like in student apartments on IPFW's campus.
Yeah.
I remember just like looking out my window and seeing like this huge grassy area just full of people with their phones, like searching around, and like everybody was like on different teams, and was wild.
They still do that on the weekends, like Saturday and Sunday mornings. They'll go out. There's a big grassy area behind the visual arts building, and you'll just see like a ton of people out there. So that's my plan for this summer. I'm enrolling Fitz into a reading readiness type thing that he'll do on Saturday mornings at Purdue Fort Wayne here, and then I'm gonna take him to go to the soccer fields and play Pokemon Go. So
that's cool.
Yeah.
I'd love to see, like, anybody who's watching this video, if you could share, if you have kids, share creative ideas that you've had for like how to keep your kids entertained right now, or just like things you've done as a family. Because I think now is the time to get creative. And so if you have any ideas, share them.
Please, I need them.
Honestly, even like activities for kids or adults, any sort of like community driven activities right now that you could share would be awesome. So
I'm trying to find a post so I can share the group if anybody is around the area. Oh gosh, where is it? It's like e-learning in Fort Wayne. People are posting all this stuff. And before I find this, I'll share the link at the bottom after we share this. But the thing I love most, like the thing that's keeping me the most positive out of all of this, is the fact that so many musicians and celebrities and just people are offering all of these free things. Like you're getting free concerts, you're getting free lessons from Jasmine. You're getting free lessons from people at museums and schools and all of this stuff that I don't think anybody ever thought was possible. And now it's just out there. Like you get all of this different stuff for free. And it's so amazing that it's now out there on the internet. And I personally am so excited to see all the creative things that are going to come out of this, whether it's new music, whether it's art that people are going to create on their own that they never thought possible.
Right.
That they're going to read a book that they never thought that they would read, or spend time with their kids, teaching their kids how to read, or work on math problems that maybe they have struggled with in the past. Just seeing all of the good that's going to come out of this, that's what's keeping me grounded and positive. And I just I love all of the different things that people are doing. You have astronauts reading books in outer space that you can what? Are you kidding me?
So
it's so cool.
I think that's such a good point to make, because it can be so easy to just get bogged down and just feel so pessimistic right now. But you're so right that already we've seen the world come together in a lot of awesome ways to support each other. And people, everyday people, not even famous musicians, but everyday people are picking up their guitar that they've been meaning to learn a little bit more on for a while, or decide to paint that picture that they bought supplies for months ago and haven't gotten around to. And so that is super cool. There's a girl that I studied abroad with. She has, I think just within the last year, maybe even within the last 6 months, started her own company, and she has it on Etsy. It's called Moxie Mavens, I believe.
Oh, is it the earrings girl?
Yes.
Okay.
And she started her business obviously before the whole coronavirus thing happened. But I think she's gotten even more creative since it started. Her posts are always amazing, and she's just crafting and creating new styles constantly. And I love seeing that. And it's she has a lot more time at home to just focus on the craft. And I think that will be so true of so many more people too, which I will try to link her Etsy page or something in the description, because she is awesome and amazingly talented, and her stuff is beautiful. So check her out and support a small business, because she is awesome.
Yes, absolutely. Do you guys have a group up there in the Detroit area where you guys are saying or showing support for local restaurants and stuff to go to do carry out?
So I have been trying to Google that and look on Facebook and stuff, because I'm sure it's got to be out there. But again, being fairly new to this area, I just feel I haven't gotten super connected yet. And and there are a ton of small businesses around this area. We live in a suburb, like a northern suburb of Detroit, called Royal Oak. And it's a really cool area because it's not downtown Detroit, and it's not like super north of Detroit where you have like more of the higher end like shopping areas and like nicer neighborhoods and stuff. It's just kind of like in between. So I think you just have a lot of middle class people who have started their own thing in the area. Plus, like Royal Oak downtown, Clawson downtown, Ferndale. There's a lot of like little communities all kind of smushed in the same area, and they're all super almost like hipster vibe. Lots of like vintage clothing stores and just like small boutique style restaurants and stuff like that. So it's, I mean, this area is built on small businesses, and I would love to make sure that we're supporting them the best that we can. It's hard to know where to even start. So if anyone's from this area and knows how to like connect to best with small businesses in and around the Detroit area, please let me know. Or maybe there's even like a national website of the small businesses. I don't know. If anybody knows ways to support small businesses in the area, please share, because I want to. I just don't know how or where to start at this point.
Yeah. So a couple of things that I've been doing is paying attention to social media, and like my favorite bakery is downtown, and I just adore her work, and it's on Broadway, and I'll put a link in there. But she kind of like full out laid it, like, hey, like I can't serve people like I want to, like you can't come in and get stuff. So I'm gonna make cakes, and you can order cakes and they can be delivered anywhere, like in Fort Wayne. So she lists like all these different ones that she has for the day, and people are just picking up the pieces and like ordering cakes to be delivered to like nursing homes and
cool.
friends' houses and stuff like that. And I love that she found a way, or she is finding a way to like help keep her business afloat.
Yeah.
And I just feel like if you have a small business, like now is the time to capitalize, like on your social media stuff, like. I feel like it's gonna be like sink or swim. Like you're either gonna jump in and like definitely like use social media to like best to your advantage, or you're just gonna go away because people aren't out and about like seeing you. Right. So I'm hoping that a lot of smaller businesses stay afloat by the use of social media, people sharing and paying attention that way also. So all that to say, like if you know of some different areas around you that are smaller businesses, like maybe look them up on social media and see it, because like one of the distilleries that I absolutely love, like in Fort Wayne, it's HT2. They're posting a ton of stuff online, and like they do carry out like from their bar, like the food and that kind of stuff. And it was like a 20-minute drive for me to go and pick up a couple pizzas, but I was happy to, because I got out of the house. Right. I wasn't really being around anyone except for them to like go pick up food, but I also got a chance to support like a local business that I love, and I like, dear God, don't ever let them go away. Yeah. Kind of thing. Yeah. So yeah, I would definitely check out social media for small business.
Yeah, agreed. I'm just thinking of this as we talk, but maybe when we post this video, which we're doing this as a Zoom meeting that's recorded, and I've never done that before. Like I've been on Zoom meetings, but I've never tried to record it and then like upload it places. So TBD on what that looks like. But when we do that, I'll try to figure out a way that we can just put some notes in the description, and maybe you and I both can collaborate on small businesses that we both personally love, and just like tag their website or social media or whatever. And then if people want to like tag their own favorite small businesses in the comments, no matter where you live, because a lot of businesses sell online, just tag them, and maybe we can show support to people all over the place that way.
Yeah. One of my other boutiques that I really like, I follow them on social media, and she does a lot anyway, but they're having like a $5 sale right now on stuff, and I'm like, I don't need it, but I want it. I don't need it, but I want it.
Yes.
Oh,
and
gosh.
So this is an idea that I saw a small business doing actually in Texas. There's a little coffee shop in the town where my parents live called Cora Cora Coffee. I don't know if anyone's in like the San Antonio, Austin area, but it is so good. Such a cute little place. And they obviously are struggling right now. And so an idea they had is they posted on social media that if you come in the store and you buy like 10 pastries or like 2 coffees or spend like a certain dollar limit in store, or even like pick up whatever, you will be gifted a free roll of toilet paper for those purchases. And I'm like, that is genius. Not only because it's funny, but also because it brings people in because it's funny, but also like some people may seriously need toilet paper, and if they know they can get a free roll then and get some coffee or like good food at the same time, then why would you not? So I don't know if any other small businesses are looking for creative marketing ideas, but I thought that was genius if you have some toilet paper to spare. So yeah.
That is really, really funny. Have you seen the video going around of the dad that did the toilet paper math that like breaks it down to like,
yes,
oh my god, how many poos you have to take like per day to use up all the toilet paper? I was crying. I was laughing so hard. And like the time that it took him to like figure that out, that's so funny to me.
Yes.
I was dying laughing.
And there was another video too, which I tried to search it and I think it got taken down for some reason. I think the guy used some decorative language in the video, so maybe that was a lie. But he was basically like, I don't get the toilet paper thing. Like, I get the hand sanitizer, I get the soap, like all that makes sense, but like nowhere in these coronavirus symptoms is it saying that you're going to suddenly have like explosive diarrhea or like be on the toilet like more than normal. Like, why are you stockpiling this stuff?
Yeah. I will say that I did buy an extra pack, and that is only because we are both working from home.
Yeah.
We're clearly going to need more, but like, come on. The dude that I saw rolling out with 3 huge boxes of toilet paper from Sam's Club. Shame on you. Shame on you. Come on, man. There's
no reason for that.
Unless, okay, hold on. I don't know his whole story because maybe he was buying for like a nursing home or like college students that are like, they can't get out. So like, okay, but if it was just you and you, no.
Yes.
Wasn't there some guy that bought like $17,000, 17 like thousand things of hand sanitizer or something?
I have not heard that, but I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, and then it got taken away or something. I don't know. You see like crazy things online. That's why I turned my phone off yesterday. I was in a bad place, like mentally. Like I am not used to my child being around me, and I am so active. And to just be like home shored and not being able to like go out and do anything, woo, that took me for a minute. So it's okay to turn your phone off, people. It's okay.
Yes. Okay. I am so glad that you told me about that because, I mean, it's really that drastic. Because even just saying, like, you know, stay away from social media for a while or, like, you know, don't turn on the TV or whatever. But I am realizing that because this situation affects everyone and everything, like, there's, like, no facet of society right now that I feel like is not affected in some way by the coronavirus. It is like nearly impossible to just avoid it. Like, I check my email to look for, like, we went to Walgreens and I was checking my email for a coupon, and it's like I got 10 messages from different companies about the coronavirus, and like all of those things are good things and they're keeping people informed, but like I just need a coupon. Or like we're watching YouTube videos about, like, we were watching a guy who does healthy recipe videos and stuff, and he spent like a good long time in his video talking about it. And like, again, all of that is good, but when you're just so saturated by it all the time, it is so mentally exhausting. So I think the whole idea of like, shut off your phone for a day. If you, especially the weekends when you're not maybe needing to be like on call for work or something, like shut it off and give yourself a mental break. I think that's huge.
Yeah. I after we get off the phone, I don't know, video, whatever, I'm going to try to make a list of like things that I personally want to do in the next, I don't know, 30 to longer than 30 days now. May 1st, like, he has to be out. Oh my God. Check on me.
Yes. I believe in you.
No, but like books that I've been meaning to read that have just kind of sat over there. The time that I would have spent like in the car going to and from daycare and then to home, like I'm going to like set that time aside where I'm just sitting down and I'm going to read a book for that amount of time. And like my classes that I'm taking, I can't go to campus for them anymore, so I'm going to still continue to work my same like work schedule. And the time that I would have been in class, I'm going to use that to study because it's going to be different. Like I'm taking an accounting class right now. I am not good with math. I'm not good with math at all, right?
Yeah,
so it's me like facing my fear and like getting over the fact that I feel like I'm not good with that kind of thing and learning ways to adapt so that I know that I can get the A or the B that I'm trying to strive for in that class. And it's all just, I guess, putting it into perspective, like how can you make something work for you? Like at the beginning of this, like last Monday, I was terrified. But now that I've been home and I see that like it's okay, like it's gonna be rocky, it's gonna be bumpy every day, but you know what? Like at the end of it, we're alive and like we're here. And thank God for that. And also, can we just say thank you to like all the doctors and nurses and like all the people that work at hospitals? Thank you, because
you guys are
bless your heart, bless you. Because,
yeah,
man, I cannot even imagine.
Anyone in the healthcare system, yes, huge thank you. It's never enough to just say thank you, but thank you, because that's all I can say. And anyone who is just in a position where they are personally risking their own like health and well-being to just keep society functioning as normally as possible. I have a friend who's a police officer. I have a friend who's an EMT. I have a friend who's a nurse. And all of them are, I mean, you and I feel bombarded by the situation that's happening, and like that's completely legitimate, but they also are feeling so bombarded, but they are literally on the front lines, like putting themselves physically at risk every day to do their jobs, but to keep society functioning normally and to like keep us prepared and safe and healthy. So yes, thank you to those people. Thank you to the people at the grocery store. Thank you to the people at pharmacies. Thank you to cleaning services.
Yeah, for
like,
sure.
That, I mean, that has to be a scary thing right now when you know, your normal job is just keeping a place clean, and now you're probably working above and beyond, which may be good financially wise if you're getting, you know, more hours, but can be hard, I'm sure, physically demanding, and just, again, like concern for your own safety. So thank you to all those people.
Yes. And let's talk about mental health for a second. Can we just say, like, if you feel like you're having a like hard day, like mentally, I was like, don't cry. It's okay.
Yes.
There's help. Like you can get help. Like you can call the doctor and like get medication. You can reach out to one of us. Okay. Switch topic.
No, I mean, just to bounce off of that, yes. And just a blanket statement that you should never feel ashamed for like having a hard time, because like what I've been going through is like I feel so blessed right now in so many ways, because I just feel like I have it, like I'm doing well. There are people I have people I know who are waitresses who suddenly don't have a job and don't know when they're going to be employed again. I am getting married this year in August, hopefully. And my instant reaction when everything started shutting down and travel was, you know, banned and things like that was to start panicking about the wedding. But I was quickly humbled by the fact that there are people who were supposed to get married in March, April, even May, who are trying to figure out now what to do. Do they postpone the wedding? You know, do they just do a small ceremony in their home? I mean, that is hard. That is hard stuff. And all that to say, no matter what your situation, it's okay to feel the way that you do. Like, don't feel guilty because you are better off than some other people. You're going to struggle in your own way. Everybody's situation is unique. You shouldn't ever feel ashamed of having a hard time because somebody else has it worse. We're all in this together, and we're all challenged in our own ways. So, yes, please. I mean, Face the Fear obviously is a platform more focused on finances, and I think we can talk about that a little bit too, and in future episodes of our like Face the Fear coffee chat or whatever we decide to make this. But if anybody is watching this and just feeling like they're struggling, their mind is not in a good place, they feel isolated, they feel whatever. Reach out to us on our Face the Fear email, social media links. Nicole and I check those a lot, and we'd love to just be a listening ear, a supportive person. This is a season. No one knows what's going to happen, and I think that uncertainty is the scariest thing, but we're all human beings and we're all in this together, and I truly believe that our world and our families and ourselves as human beings will be stronger coming through this whole thing. So
right, and we have resources too that we can tap into, like you and I, Kaitlyn. Like if somebody's struggling, like mentally or financially, or somebody just has a question about anything like that, like you and I feel like we have a decent enough network that we can find somebody to help. So it's okay. Like it's all just, what is the word? Anonymous. Like you don't even have to. We won't say names.
Yeah.
You can always just give your email or your phone number and have somebody reach out to you. Yeah, no matter what, we're here for you. We're here for each other.
Yes.
We're gonna be fine. We're gonna be fine.
Yes.
And it's okay to not be positive 100% of the time. Okay. Can we just throw that out there? Like you don't have to be positive all of the time. It's okay.
And it's okay to like be a little bit bonkers. Like if I was in my normal state of mind, would my hair be purple right now? Probably not. But this is a result of like a tough week, a lot of anxiety, not great sleep, not enough exercise, all of those things.
Yeah.
But it's okay to just let loose, to go outside and scream on your driveway, to be a little kooky and like let out that playful, creative side of you, because adults, I think in general, we tend to take life very seriously most of the time. And when we have events like this happen, where it's like the whole world is acting serious, it's almost necessary to try to go the other way. Like just be silly, play games, like do goofy stuff, find ways to laugh, because I think that's what's really going to help from an emotional standpoint.
Exactly. Yep. And I think you and I talked about doing this whole video in the future, having future Zoom meetings where we will put the link out there and anybody's welcome to join. And we're not necessarily going to talk about financial stuff. We may not even have a topic for whatever it is that we're going to do, but it's a way to stay connected and keep our community together. And somebody may be struggling and they don't want to talk about it with other people, but maybe coming to like you and I. And that's another thing. Like if you want to chat with one of us face to face, like over Zoom or over the phone, like definitely reach out. Feel free. Like I will definitely make this time. I'm sure you would, Kaitlyn. Like if somebody did something, let us help you.
Yes. So we haven't, picked a date for our future Face the Fear coffee chat number 2 or whatever this is going to be. But maybe like this coming Friday evening or something. I mean, we can play it by ear. And once we decide for sure, we'll definitely post it on our social media so people will know. And we'll probably do it over Zoom and just create a link where people can join. You can join and not be on video and not like have your mic muted and even be completely anonymous. Like you can type in your name as anonymous. You don't need to put yourself out there if you're just not in a place where you want to do that. Totally fine. If it's just Nicole and I talking again, totally fine. This is like, I think, at least for me, I look forward to this just to have social interaction and like a good conversation. So, but we hope people will join us, maybe share their thoughts and just kind of form a fun community and a fun social event that is also staying socially responsible.
Maybe we can even pull in some people that have been on the podcast.
Oh, would love that. Yes.
Yeah, I have a few people in mind.
That would be awesome if they can make it. Yes.
Just to come hang out. Okay.
Well, you enjoy the rest of your day, as well as anyone else watching this. Whenever you're watching this, you have a great day or evening. Get yourself some coffee, Not too much though, because it's bad for the anxiety.
And if you haven't read Jessica Simpson's book that she wrote, I highly recommend it. I don't know, I'm just throwing it out there. I finished it yesterday and I was like, man, I miss her, number one. And number two, like, that was such a good book. Such a good book. So I'm just throwing it out there.
Any book suggestions?
Yes.
Leave those below. Netflix, movie suggestions, music. People have shared music with me this week that I would never normally listen to, and awesome suggestions. So
yeah. Cool. All right, well, I'll chat with you on Friday.
Sounds good. See ya.
Bye.
Bye.